Good morning. Today is Sunday, May 11th, 2025. Time is just a little after 11 a.m. Okay. It's been it's been a few years since I made a video, but about this time, it's I need to get back to making the videos about FBI attacking me with those energy weapons. Now, the towards the end of the last videos that I made, I was showing you how FBI was jamming my cameras, and I was showing you how FBI was jamming my security cameras. Once I changed the wiring so they couldn't jam the cameras anymore. That was back in February of 23. Those FBI bitches ran their bitch asses up out of that house. The mother and daughter FBI bitches. I'll be putting pictures of them right here. Once I finish making this video, I'll edit it and put pictures of them so I can remind you what they look like and who the fuck they are. So those FBI bitches were jamming my cameras. I changed the wiring, and then they couldn't jam the cameras anymore. So they ran their bitch asses about it, and now they're running those weapons remotely over the internet. They still have their internet connected and their Wi-Fi going, but yet the only time them bitches be in that house is when they come to let the exterminator in. They'll come over like once every 2 to 3 months. So one of them will come over. The FBI bitch or her bitch ass brother will come over and let the exterminator in and get the mail. Once in a while, one of them white FBI bitches will be over there doing whatever the fuck you do. Okay, so now since they ran up out of there and they've been running those weapons remotely, they've been continually making me have dreams about having sex with men and boys. Intercourse, oral sex, you name it. Now, I'm 50 years old. Well, I'll be 50 in June, but you get the point. And I've never had a sex dream. Never. And I can honestly say I've never had a sex dream ever in my life before those FBI bitches started using those weapons on me. You know, I've grown up, I heard other boys talking about they had sex dreams, what they call wet dreams back then. I heard teenage boys talking about they had a wet dream and nutted on themselves while they were asleep. I've never had one of those dreams. FBI, every night. Now, last night, they made me dream about performing oral sex on a boy. I've never had no dreams like that. Never. I've never had any type of sex dreams. And they keep making me have dreams about having sex with men and boys. Because they want me to go out and commit a crime. Okay. Every night, they're ringing in my ears. And I told you, from the other videos, I told you, it starts with the ringing in the ears. They're using those weapons to make us sick. They're continually making people sick to keep the advancements in medical research going. They're using those weapons. Making people sick, so they can keep the advancements in medical research going. At the same time, they can keep the jails open because they put thoughts in people's heads, making them dream about having sex with little children, boys, girls, it don't matter. And then those people go out and molest somebody, rape somebody. They're putting thoughts in people's heads. They're making people sick. FBI, since they've been in that house, they started out giving me headaches every day under Kevin Perkins. I'll put all their pictures up. You'll see who it are. But they started out giving me headaches every day, making me pee every few minutes, which they're still doing. Last night they made me pee literally every hour. I barely got any sleep. And then when they make me have those dreams make it seem like I've been asleep for hours, but I've only been asleep for a few minutes. And I look at the clock. I know what time I go to bed. And I look at the clock. Every time I get up to use the bathroom, I look at the clock to see what time it is. And they literally make me pee every hour. Literally. And they keep on doing it. When I wake up, I have an extreme headache. Every time I get up to use the bathroom, I got an extreme headache. I'm dizzy. And the ringing in the ears continues. That ringing, that dizziness, they continue. The FBI cow heifer bitch, Monica Devon, her bitch ass mother, Nancy Devon, her bitch ass brother, Kevin Devon, all them bitches. Excuse me. They've been continually making me sick. I have fluid overload. They messed up my heart valve. My heart valve is swollen. They made me go into cardiac arrest multiple times, which they're still doing. Even as I speak, my heart valve, I can feel my heart, and I've been through multiple tests. My doctor, my primary care physician are good. They sent me through multiple tests with specialists, cardiologists, neurologists, urologists, you name it, any type of ist. These doctors, they are good, and they performed the test, and my cardiologist found that my heart valve was swollen 55%. Swollen 55%. I can barely stand up or walk anymore. When I walk, I gotta stop because my heart is trying to get the fluid through, but by being swollen 55% past what it should be, the blood flow can't get through. I sweat profusely. I walk from here across the street to the store, literally across the street, and come back, and I'm drenched in sweat because my heart is working 3 times harder than any other normal heart would. My cardiologist keeps saying lose weight, but it's not my weight. My heart valve should not be swollen. I've been riding bikes since I was 17 years old. Once those FBI bitches started attacking me with those weapons, they made it so I couldn't even ride a bike no more. And that was back in 2010. They got me fired from my job. Like I told you, I used to work at FedEx. They got me fired. They made FedEx fire my contractor, the contractor that I work for, under them. They caused him to lose his contract. They've been doing this for decades. They murdered my grandparents. They murdered my cousin. They made my cousin have a heart attack while she was on the toilet. They murdered my grandfather, my grandparents. They murdered my grandfather's brothers, making them sick, and all the other people around the world. They make them sick, putting them in hospital. Now, for those of you that are old enough, and you know about hermaphrodites, again, I'll put a picture or video here. You know about hermaphrodites? People that were born with both genital organs? Those people are victims. They attacked the mother while she was pregnant, making the baby be born with both a penis and a vagina. Now, of course, they continually attack people. So now I'm not going to say perfected, but they made it better. So now when they attack the mother while she's pregnant, you have somebody born looking like a male, looking and sounding just like a male, but born with a vagina. Looking and sounding just like a female, born with a penis. And They always tell the gender of the child by what's between their legs when they're born, because as a baby you can't really tell if it's a boy or girl unless you look between their legs. All of these victims, they attack the mothers while they're pregnant to make that baby come out being born what they are. This is the United States government. We're supposed to serve and protect this country. We're supposed to support and defend the Constitution of the United States, and yet the United States government is attacking us with these weapons. Directed energy weapons. Look it up. They had plenty of videos of it. Now, if you see those videos where government employees claim they were being attacked, they say they were attacked by Russia. Well, Russia don't live next door to me. Nobody Russian lives in my neighborhood. I live in Baltimore City, Maryland, Highlandtown. Russia don't live next door to me. I got Mexicans on one side, illegals of course, but I don't care about that. And I have black FBI on the other side. And like I said, they ran out of their house running those weapons remotely. Excuse me. The FBI moved in there August 1st, 2009, after Baltimore City Police got them involved on a first offense handgun charge, carrying without a permit. Now, anybody that knows Maryland laws, Maryland had some of the most restrictive gun laws in the country. I couldn't get a gun permit, and I applied for it. I could not get a gun permit because Maryland said I need a good substantial reason, basically saying I need to be a victim of the crime, of multiple crimes, and have police reports to back it up. How many black people do you know survive being a victim of a crime? Especially black males. So, I couldn't get a gun permit, so I was carrying without it. The gun was registered to me. I bought a sound suppressor. They're legal in the state of Maryland. They're legal in Baltimore City. I bought it legally in a store. ATF approved the paperwork. Again, like I told you, the very first video I posted, I told you about this. Everything bought legally. I just didn't have a permit to carry. Now, of course, 1 year ago in 2024, they changed the laws because somebody white sued the state of Maryland, just like somebody white sued the city of New York, so they could be able to carry a gun. They could be able to get a gun permit, without having to go through all that bullshit and jump through all those hoops. Maryland still has some of the most restrictive laws in the country. Even though that gun carry law was changed, Maryland still has restrictive laws. You can get a permit. Now, you can only carry it in certain locations. So, city police got FBI involved, and FBI moved in next door to me. They moved in August 1st of 2009. I was arrested July 4th, 2009. And they've been in that house since. Like I said, they running those weapons remotely over the internet, but they still own that house. They still got that house in that FBI bitch's name, Monica Devon. They paid cash money for that house. That bitch ain't paying no mortgage. That house is paid for. That house was paid for when they bought it. Tax dollars, your money. They paid for it, and they moved that bitch in there. Of course, she was pregnant with her little faggot son that she got now, and her knock-kneed faggot-ass bald-head baby daddy, the first one. They were together, and he was on FBI. Well, he's still on FBI payroll, but he was over there with her bitch-ass mother, attacking me, giving me headaches, watching me. And now, then they broke up, and she got with that fat bastard. She got with that fat bastard that she's with now, the barber, who has a barbershop over on 25th Street in between Guilford and Charles. And he was over there. He kept giving me leg cramps, causing my muscles to cramp up. You know, his bitch ass still on FBI payroll. Again, the pictures will be right here. The pictures of what they look like will be right there. So they continue. They're making you sick. All of these medical conditions that people come out with. For instance, Celine Dion. Celine Dion and that stiff person syndrome. Notice how they say it's rare. That's because that's something they can't find a cure for. Why? Because she's a victim. All of those people that died at an early age, and they call it sudden infant death, babies dying. You got people dying at a young age of heart attacks and dying, and people don't know what they died of. Bernie Mac, John Ritter, John Candy, Elijah Cummings. I mean, I could go on. I mean, these are celebrities. But what about all of those people that are not celebrities that were murdered by the United States? Look at the basketball player, LeBron James' son, Bronny James. He went into cardiac arrest on the basketball court. Victim. Look at DeMar Hamlin. Died. That man literally dropped dead on the football field. He's a victim. Like I said in all the other videos that I posted, the United States will never admit what they're doing. They will never admit it. Those weapons are set up in the back room next door to me at 3615 East Lombard Street, Baltimore, Maryland 21224. They're set up right there in that back room. And they got them connected to the internet. They use those weapons. They can use those weapons. They can hear what you're listening to. They can see through your eyes. They know what you're looking at. Just like right now, those bitches sitting in their house, watching their screens. They listen to what I'm saying. They see me making this video. They see me making it. And I really don't give a shit. This is what they do. This is why people hate the United States government. They created this weapon so they could kill you, make you sick, and have you do something, and end up in jail for the rest of your life. End up on what they call the sex offender registry. And they can say they never touched you. They caused you to go into straight cardiac arrest. Caused you to have a heart attack. And you've been healthy all your life. Never had any health problems, no blockage, no nothing. You don't smoke, drink, do drugs. You know, all your arteries are clear. And just like all the tests I've been through, everything comes back as normal. And I hate air quotes. Everything comes back as normal. All of my tests that I've been through. Except for the last test that when they did an ultrasound on my heart, that's when they found my heart valve was blocked. Well, it was swollen, not blocked. My heart valve was swollen. And the heart valve is one of the big tubes running from your heart. And you can look that up. That's one of the largest tubes running from your heart that moves blood throughout your body. Veins and arteries are the secondary. They've been doing this for decades. They have military, law enforcement, which includes FBI, NSA, CIA, DEA, ATF, you name it. Every branch of the military, somebody's living in your neighborhood making you sick. They come out and act like they're going to work. Sometimes they don't even leave. They just stay in the house all day, attacking you, attacking your family. All you gotta do is get one of those ELF, VLF meters, like I showed you on my earlier videos. Get one of those ELF meters, and that will tell you. And those levels, the levels that you see on those meters, that don't come from nothing electronic in your house. If you turn it on, it automatically goes right to work. You don't have to adjust nothing. You don't have to turn no dials or set no levels. Everything is automatic. And those meters pick up those weapons. So they're making you sick. Don't think that you were young, growing up healthy, and then all of a sudden you're an adult and you getting all these health problems, going into cardiac arrest or having lung problems, getting cancer, all of that. All of these viruses, diseases, illnesses that people are coming up with. Now, I'm not talking about sexually transmitted diseases, although we already know about the United States government putting HIV and AIDS on the streets back in the 80s. They injected somebody with it and put them on the street through one of those medical research studies. They injected somebody with it, took some blood just to see how quick it was going to get into their bloodstream, and then put them right out on the street and let them infect the public. The same way the CIA put LSD on the street. They wanted to see what effects it was going to have. The same way the CIA helped the drug lords in Colombia and all over South America and Mexico bring drugs into the country, use government planes to bring drugs into the country. And everything that I'm saying here is documented. They made documentaries and showed what the CIA was doing back then. You can go look that up. They have all of these videos on the internet. You can look them up. You can research. The government is killing you. They are attacking you. The very people they are attacking are the very people they need. The very people they are attacking and killing, the very people they put in jail, are the very people they need. The government create terrorists. The CIA, September 11, 2001, that was the United States government, the CIA. They did that so they could do exactly what they did. Attack those Middle Eastern countries. The government ended up trillions of dollars in debt, which the government is still trillions of dollars in debt. And now Donald Trump is in the office, causing even more problems, taking more of your rights away. He's in office taking more of your rights away. And you think you're living better under him? You're not. But I'm not going to talk about him. You know, people got what they voted for. They voted for him, they got him in office, and now he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. He's making your life worse. So, you got what you voted for when you voted him into office. The United States government is the biggest bully and the biggest terrorist on this planet. The biggest. They interfere in everybody's business. The United States is the only country that has military bases and agents stationed pretty much all over the world, in just about every country. Not every country, but just about. You don't hear about China having military over here. You don't hear about China having military bases or Chinese agents down in Brazil or in Mexico. But the United States has it. The United States has agents and military in Canada. They got military base and agents in Australia. You don't hear about China having a military base and Chinese agents down in Australia. The United States does. The United States has a smaller population than China, but yet the United States seems to have enough people to spread around the world. Why? So At that moment, at a moment's notice, they can attack whatever country they want. They can attack whatever the country they want, and don't have to worry about sending their people from here all the way there. U.S. agents and military, yeah, and they using those weapons to kill you with. So, like I said, it's been a while since I made a video, and I'm gonna get back to making more videos. I haven't been able to leave my house in the past. I really haven't been able to travel since this is 25. Since about 2018 or so. Since about 2017 or 18. I really haven't been able to go anywhere. They destroyed my computer. They blew out my TV. And now they fucking with my heart. This is what they do. And if you're one of those people that think everything is a conspiracy theory, oh, the government wouldn't attack nobody, the government wouldn't do this, you're dumb as dog shit. The United States, I mean, you don't know everything they do. There are a whole lot of people will say, oh, the United States this, and do you know everything they do? Do you know everything they have set in Area 51 in that Nevada desert, where they have thousands of acres of land out there in Nevada? Do you know what they doing out there? They test military bombs. They test nuclear bombs out there in Nevada. You don't know what kind of equipment they got shoved underground out there. They don't tell you everything. They will never tell you everything. They don't want you to know everything. I'm trying to keep that glare from the skylight, but they're not going to tell you everything. Just like they're not going to tell you that they have this weapon. They've been denying that this weapon even exists since people started coming out saying they're being attacked with it. Yeah. So, think about it. And to everybody out there, what I'm asking you to do, and this take no time out of your life, no time out of your day. Pull those earbuds out of your ears. You really don't even have to get away from any loud noises, because that ringing in your ears, you can hear it even around loud noise. But when you go home, when you're in your house, when you lay down to go to sleep, listen for that ringing. That ringing in your ears, a lot of times, it's not gonna sound like something coming from a speaker. It may be a loud tone, it may be a high-pitched tone, it could be a low tone. But you will hear that ringing in your ears. It'll make you feel dizzy sometimes. Just like they're doing to me right now. Causing my equilibrium to be off. They'll make you dizzy. You'll hear that ringing in your ears. When you lay down and go to sleep and you have those dreams are not normal. Every night you having a dream about something, it's not normal, regardless of what it is. They made me have dreams about shooting people or getting shot at, and I end up waking up. I don't wake up scared. I've even heard myself talking in my sleep because of them. They doing that. I've never talked in my sleep. I can actually hear myself, but I couldn't wake up at that particular moment. But I could hear myself. I've always been a light sleeper. When I sleep, if I hear noise, I wake up. But I could hear myself talking and could not wake up. They doing that. They have every adult member of their family on FBI payroll. Snitches. They call them confidential informants, but they ain't nothing but some FBI snitches. So listen for that ringing in your ears. You can just put your finger in your ear like that, and you can hear that ringing. You can even hear it without putting your finger in your ears. Listen for the ringing in your ears. If you hear ringing in your ears, you know directly you're being a victim. You're being victimized. They could be next door to you, across the street, or living behind your house. Listen for it. All of those dreams you have, those strange dreams you have about having sex with children, you are a victim. Direct all of that negative energy towards the people you should be directing it towards, the government. Stay tuned. I will be making more videos. Like I said, it's been a while since I made a video, but I will be making more. So stay tuned for that.